Hello and welcome back to Powerful Expansion 777. I'm going to be doing an amazing reading today on a love matter. The question is, what are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? All right, so we're going to get into that topic here in just a moment. First, I want to say thank you so much for the people who are subscribing to the channel and leaving comments and just giving me feedback on what it is that you want to hear. I will continue to check the comments and add your questions to the list of videos to do. Thank you so much. So what I want you to do now is when you think of the question, what are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? You can think of a certain love relationship that you had or in right now and see what it is that you want to learn and focus on that as you choose which flower resonates with you, okay? Or you could just think in general, what do my angels want me to learn from the experiences that I have had or will have with love, okay? And just choose which flower resonates with you. We have 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to give you a second to figure out which one resonates with you. And once you have that figured out, I'll leave the timestamps in the comments below, and you can fast forward to your part of the video. All right, let's get started. All right, so this part of the video is for my number ones, those of you who picked this flower here. We're going to get into your reading on what it is that your angels want you to learn from your love experiences. And like I said, this could be an experience that you're having right now, something you experienced in the past, or it could be a future experience. So just take whatever resonates with you. Don't forget to leave some feedback in the comments on what parts of the reading resonated with you. Remember, this is a general reading, so I know that everything won't resonate with everyone. But if I feel like if you were leaded to this video, there was something here that you needed to hear. All right, so let's get into your reading. I'm going to leave your flower over here so that you can see it while we do your reading. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you like what you hear today. Also, if you want a general reading, you can email me at powerful777expansions@gmail.com, and I'll be able to give you some information on how we can get your reading set up, okay? For a more personal and in-depth reading. All right, so what are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? Let's see, my number ones. What are some lessons that you need to be getting from these love experiences? Or this card flopped out, so I'm going to take it. Because usually those be the ones. Okay, so for my number ones, the first card we have here is the 9 of Air. All right. So with that card coming up, I get the sense that my number one group, some of you have this thing with love where maybe because you've been through a few relationships that didn't go your way, or a lot of outcomes that were just unbelievable, that you kind of give up on having a good outlook, like a healthy outlook on what love should bring you. Also, some of you worry about relationships a lot, over worry about things to the point where it's hard for you to even sleep at night. Having expectations that are not realistic to your situation or your relationship. So that could be some of the things that my number ones need to work on, is having reasonable, realistic expectations with your love situations, okay? Don't allow love to stress you out, because if you're in a situation where you're worried about what your partner is doing, you're focused and becoming so obsessed with what they're doing that you can't focus on your own sanity, what I would recommend is, number one, You got to bring it back to you. You got to focus on you. Is this relationship for you? What do you want in this relationship? Also, if it's to the point where you feel like you want to make things work in general with yourself or with this person, seek out some type of counseling, because you don't want to worry yourself to death about a relationship. And you also don't want to expect the worst, because I'm not sure what the people who are watching this video believe in, but you can kind of wish negative things into your own reality just based off of how you think. So you don't want to expect the worst. If you're expecting the worst because of you being hurt previously, then that shows that there are some things you need to work on. And I know you might not want to hear this at the beginning of this reading, but I just wanted to point that out because that's what came up. Yeah. So the next card for my number ones was release. Release. So another thing that your angels want you to know for my number ones is they want you to get comfortable with the fact of knowing when it's time for something to be let go. When it's the end of a relationship, being okay with separating or parting ways with a person, because when things are just going all haywire and they're not working out, sometimes you need that space. Sometimes you need that separation. And that reminds me of the fact of getting back to yourself, bringing it back to yourself, like I was saying with the Nine of Air, because when you release something, you can focus on yourself more. And if it's meant to be, when you release it, it's going to come back to you no matter what. Also, with my number ones, love is actually a part of your spiritual transformation. Your love is connected to your spiritual transformation. So a lot of your love relationships may be connected to the fact that, in a spiritual sense, strength is being grown within you, devotion, understanding, wisdom, okay, clarity, not being able to detach yourself from situations and people without letting them control your emotions and your feelings to the point where you're just like some people get depressed after a breakup, and I'm hearing some of you may have been depressed after a breakup, and it puts you into a deep deep place where you didn't feel like yourself. Well, you need to deal with that hurt and pain, work on whatever it is that you need to work on. Even if you need to go to some type of counseling or therapy, you have to do the work, and you have to release that, because when you hold on to that kind of blocks your next love situation. Or you're going to find that you keep repeating these type of relationships. You're going to find that the next person you deal with, it's going to be like kind of the same thing, or another issue with them that you have that's so big that it may drain you, have you with the self-fulfilling thoughts about what the relationship should be, especially when you have high expectations for people who cannot meet them. You end up back in that same place. So for my number ones, something that's a message here that is trying to be relayed to you is it is time to move on. So for some of you who are in a current relationship or a past relationship that you're still thinking about and holding on to, it is time for you to move on, because when you release things and you allow your pretty little heart to heal, everything that is meant for you will just come to you. It will attract to you like a magnet. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to worry about anything when it comes to love, but you need to work on yourself. Seven of Air is the next card that came up. So that also lets me know that with love, some things may not be going your way. Something's not going your way, and you have to accept that. You can't change other people or the circumstances, but what you can do is change how you respond to it, change what you get from it. Try to look at things from a higher or other perspective and say, what did I learn here? What did I learn here that I didn't know when I first started this relationship? Okay? And with this card of the Seven of Air, it's also telling me that it's something to do with timing. So it may just be that with this person, it's just not the right time. It may not be that y'all would never work out, but it could be that it's just not time yet. you have some growing to do, especially with the release card here. It shows me you have some spiritual development, some spiritual transformation that needs to take place within you. So you have some growing to do. And 9 times out of 10, unless your partner is perfect, they have some growing to do. So it lets me know here that timing is just not, this is not the divine timing of things right now. And when you're being pushed or directed to let something go or release it, and it's just not, you're not feeling it anymore, you're not willing to work on it, as far as like your partner's not working on it, they've completely given up, let it go, release it. And if it's meant for you, it's going to come back to you. So now I'm going to do some, I know that's kind of hard to hear, but I'd rather tell you the truth. Okay? I'd rather be honest, my number ones. All right, so I'm going to do some of these Oracle, my Sybil Oracle cards for you to see what else is some things that your angels want you to learn from your love experiences. What are some things they want you to get to? Ooh, baby. Didn't I say detachment? Didn't I say release? The next card here is detachment. So for some of you, you've had relationships where you've become kind of like so attached to that person, like inseparable. Some of you, I'm hearing obsessed, like it has become an obsession, your relationship, to the point where you cannot even see yourself for you. You only see yourself when you're with that person as y'all as one, but you don't know who you truly are, because you've been with this person, for some of you, you've been with this person for so long, or you've you just kind of conformed and compromised yourself so much that you can't even recognize yourself. So what they want you to learn is how to let things go when they're not for you, or it's not the perfect timing with this card coming up. It could just be not the good timing right now. You need to work on also being comfortable with yourself, my number ones. I can see that you need to work on like getting in a space where you love yourself so much that whether someone comes into your life today or tomorrow, or they leave or go, you're okay with that. You're fine with that. You still have a love for life. You don't want to be in that depressed state. You're in that place where you can still take care of yourself and focus on what it is that you want to do in life, what you came here to do, or whatever it is that you have to take care around you. But with this detachment, this is like a rose being detached from the stem, a flower. It's not a rose. I don't think so. But it's being detached from the flower stem. And you got to be okay with that, because you get to find yourself more and find out who you truly are when you detach yourself, okay? It's okay to unify with people. It's okay to come together in beautiful divine unions, but you don't want to be where you don't even recognize yourself, or you don't want to be where you can't let something go, because you never know. You never know, okay? You don't want to be where you just base and rely and work your whole world around another person, and you don't have any type of relationship with your inner self, especially with this release card coming up here, with this spiritual transformation here. I see that you're someone who are supposed to be working on your spiritual development. And if you don't recognize that and you're watching this video, that's even more of a reason why your angels may want you to let something go. Also, it shows your strength over time. It builds strength. Also, your angels want you to learn to nurture yourself. I'm hearing that some of you nurture others so much that you forget about yourself. You actually forget about yourself. Like, you want to give so much. You want to help other people so much that you actually forget that your heart needs nurturing too. And yeah, it's okay if your partner gives that to you as well, but the first person that you want to take care of when it comes to like just pouring into yourself with healing, nurturing, love, especially with this group, because I'm feeling like this group needs to work on self-esteem, self-love, self-worth. I'm feeling like those are just some topics that are coming up, and you need to become more content with who you are. So even if it's just like a separation for some time, or if you're single, because some of you guys are single that's watching this video, use this time to work on yourself and see what it is that you like to do. Who am I? Ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? What do I like? What do I like to do? And start getting into that, and then you'll start finding more answers to what you need or what you're attracted to, because you'll start becoming everything that you feel like you are. You know what I'm saying? You'll start learning yourself more, getting into yourself. All right. Next part is doubt. I see an eye here, and then I see this bird up here with the snake. So what I'm getting for some of you guys is that you actually doubt your abilities or your intuition when you have thoughts about things. When it comes to your love situation, some of you guys will actually have an intuition about something, and you'll actually trick yourself out and doubt yourself on, is it true or not? Or for some of you guys, you actually doubt your worth. Like, you don't recognize how powerful you are. I'm not sure. I know that people go through different things in their life, but if something brings you to that place, that's another reason why you need to separate yourself, because you need to, learn and recognize and realize and become more aware of what it is that you are capable of. Who am I? Don't doubt your abilities. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your love. Show yourself the most honorable love first, and then you can be able to give it to others. Okay, I'm going to just do like a few of these animal cards on some things that you guys can work on for my number ones. What are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? What do they want you to work on? All right. So the first card we got was the owl. And I feel like with the owl, we're dealing with, it says, seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. I feel like we're dealing with you being deceived in certain situations, some secrets being around you or around your relationship, and you not either wanting to see them, or you're being so blinded by what you feel in your heart and you love how you feel about this person that you're not able to see the situation for what it is. Well, the owl has to do with wisdom, okay? And with wisdom, you learn things about yourself and people, and you find a way to look at them from a higher perspective, because this owl is at the top of the tree. This owl is at the top of the tree. And with this doubt card coming up, and with this doubt card coming up, I feel like some of y'all have intuition, strong intuition, especially with the wisdom. You already know what's up in a situation, but you could just be like doubting yourself because you don't want to feel like you tripping or whatever. Well, get into your intuition, get into some type of meditation, start praying more, and just start figuring out and asking for, like, what around me is truthful and what is not. Who is telling the truth? Ask for the truth to be revealed to you, because I feel like some of you in my number one group, your relationship is actually helping you to develop your intuition and trusting your intuition more. So another card that you got was travel. Spider. It talks about like traveling and connecting and things like that, which are important with relationships. So it says travel will open up new possibilities and one special connection. So some of you who are watching this video, you actually need to travel. You need to network. You need to meet new people and get outside of your usual circle, especially when it comes to love. Start dating someone different. Get down and write. Get down and get a notebook and start writing about past relationships, about what worked with them and what didn't, and what you're looking for in your new relationships, and weigh it out and see how you could possibly, if you can, look up scripting. After you do your own work on yourself, look up scripting and find out how you could possibly attract the person that, is more connected to who you want, instead of having to deal with deception, lies, illusions. Okay? Get connected. Get out there and do some dating afterwards. Get out there and do some dating and meet some people who are really worth your time, who can really nurture you the way you'll nurture yourself once you get into it. Okay? Our last part for my number ones is the kangaroo. It says, as events take on their own momentum, you take a true leap forward. So I feel like you need to hear that soon things are going to pick up for you. Things are going to pick up in the love area for you once you begin to work on these areas of yourself. You need to work on letting go of these crazy expectations with people who cannot fulfill them. Work on releasing. Work on the fact of releasing. Stop trying to hold on so strong and control things. Let it flow. Let love flow. Let creativity flow. Because, get into yourself. Get into who you are. Learn about who you are. Don't be afraid to detach from people and relationships that are not for you. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Get into your intuition. With this owl, I feel like my number ones are very intuitive. Some of you have that gut feeling about things, and you need to start trusting it, and you need to just start getting more in tune with yourself. Things are going to pick up. You're not going to be in this space for long where you feel like hurt or in this healing space for long. But once things get taken care of, once you start taking care of those parts of yourself, things are going to pick up for you. Love is going to get better for you. You're going to have better love experiences, but you have to get past this place first, okay? So that is what I have for you today for my number ones, those of you who picked this flower. And I hope that you stayed through the whole video and heard it, because I know this is something someone needed to hear. If you like what you heard today and you like a more in-depth reading, you can email me at powerful777expansions@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. All right? Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week. All right, welcome back. This is Vanessa with Powerful Expansion 777, and this is for my number twos, those of you who have picked this lovely flower. We're going to get into your general reading on what are some things that your angels want you to learn from your love experiences. So we're going to be talking about what are some things they want you to be getting and learning from these love experiences. If you like what you hear today, don't forget to leave a comment. If you like a general reading, go to email me at powerful777expansions@gmail.com. And we're going to get straight into your reading, okay? Because I'm actually interested. I'm going to put your flower over here so we can put it here so we can see it while we're doing your reading. And I'm actually interested in what your angels want you to learn, all right? So with this reading, this could be from a past relationship. This can be from your present relationship. This can be from a future relationship. It doesn't matter. This video is timeless. These are just some of the things that your angels want you to pay attention to and learn from your experiences with love. And this video can be, it could just be used at any time because it is timeless. So let me know what resonates with you from this reading and write it in the comments. I appreciate all the feedback that people give. All right. Don't forget, if you have like a suggestion on some questions you'd like me to do next, you can write that in the comments as well. All right, let's get started. What are some things my number two angels want them to learn about their love experiences? Okay. So with this group, I feel like the first card that came up was the Six of Water. Here, if you can see it. So, some of you have to learn. Your most learning experiences came from your childhood memories. Something to do with remembering the past and remembering. It could be like your first love. I'm hearing for some of you, your first love played a big part on how you look at love and how you hold on to love. Also, for some of you, this is concerning a love experience with your kid's father or mother, depending on who you are watching this video. So, like your child's mother or your child's father, and so like if you're in that relationship with that person still, or if you're married to that person, that is what this is going to be concerning. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a lot of too much of something. So with this group, I'm seeing already that something needs balance with your love experiences. You're needing some balance within your love experiences. And what areas you need balance in, we're going to get into in just a moment. But anytime there is not a balanced situation with love, one side has too much, the other side has too much. So, that's kind of unhealthy, and that's something that needs to be worked on. So that could be something you've experienced. If you experienced that, don't forget to write it in the comment section. Now we have the Two of Earth that came up here, Two of Earth. So it lets me know that when it comes to your relationships, there could be too much going on at one time. Some of you, I'm hearing, are actually going back and forth between partners, not able to make a decision about partners, not able to be patient to wait on the signs to see like who is the one, or instead of doing that, you're just jumping to the next person, or you're like going back and forth between people. You need to be more gentle with yourself when it comes to love, and just be more patient with yourself. Don't give yourself too much to people, because everyone is not worth and valuable enough to, to experience certain things with you. I'm hearing for some of you, you really need to be patient with love. You really need to be patient with yourself. Some of you need to learn how to not give yourself too much in a relationship. Like, really need to learn how to balance and wait for people and be receptive to someone giving back to you. Like, whether it be materialistic things or just emotional support. Like, you kind of like do all the giving in the relationship, and that's not fair. That's not fair. Another thing I'm seeing with the Ten of Fire here is some of you are workaholics. So you work so much that you're not able to nourish your relationships. You're not able to really pay attention to your partner and really get to know them enough to like they may feel like you don't appreciate them, or they may feel like you just don't have a balance between work and love, your work and love life. It says your life is out of balance. Yeah. I'm feeling like this group with number 2, you need to gain some balance. So what your angels want you to learn about your love experiences is, with some, you may have been, this group of people, you may have been someone who actually missed out on someone you really wanted to be with due to the simple fact that you could not make the proper time for them, or you were not understanding enough for their needs that they had. So you only kind of thought about yourself and what things you needed. Now, some of you guys who are watching this video, the person you are with caused some imbalance in the relationship based off of some decisions that they made that were not healthy for the relationship. So I'm hearing that as well. My next cards that I'm going to do is the Oracle Sibyls to see what other things need that your angels want you to learn. This group. Some of these behaviors I'm hearing were learned from your childhood experiences within your household, about like how you've seen your parents navigate with love. So you kind of brought that into the way of doing things in your household or your relationships. Yeah. All right. So we have the wisdom card that came up here with the snake going up the tree to the apples, well, hanging on the tree of the apples. With my number twos, your angels are actually able to be accessed to help you. They're able to help you get through trying times or when you feel overwhelmed with love and trying to balance life. They're actually available for you to access them. You need to pray. And when you pray, you need to pray for guidance and assistance in general. All right? And work on balance. Work on balance. You see how this basically is equal on both sides. The roots down here are firm. They're able to grow a tree that has many apples on it because the foundation is strong. So with relationships, you have to work on your foundation. Your foundation isn't strong, it's shaky, okay? It's a little shaky because of an imbalance of just everything you're doing in life. And then you're like giving your love like this much time or this much attention. Not really taking care of it. With this accumulation card coming up, is letting me know that you're very good in one area of your life, but then on another area of your life, you're like lacking, or like you're just not being balanced in your relationship. As far as you need to learn how to take care of yourself, but at the same time, open up and show your lover what it is about them that you appreciate, what it is about them that makes them special. And for some of you, I'm hearing that some of you actually do that too much and you don't take care of yourself enough. So just depends on who you are watching this video. Love has many layers to it. Love is not like one dimensional. I hope that you know that. And I actually went to, I know this is kind of like off of the reading, but I went to the bookstore today and they have so many books on the topic of love. Like they have books about love language. They have books about how to, oh, for my number twos, I do want to recommend a book to you. Let me see. I can't remember the exact name of the book and I don't have it with me right now, but it's a book that's called, I believe the title is How to Build or Have Healthy Love Relationships or Relationships. Read that book if you can find it, or if anyone knows about it, put it in the comments, because for my number twos, I feel like that book will be good for you, because I feel like my number twos, you may not be recognizing or aware of the value in relationships that you have with other people, especially your partner, your love relationship. And for those of you who are single and you're looking at this based off of a prior relationship, that could be one of the reasons why your prior relationship ended, because you were just like only weighing out your side of things, or just being overly giving to the person as far as what you were willing to give and not getting anything back. So that left you feeling unbalanced. All right, we're going to do some not angel, what are these? Animal oracle. And see what is some things like that you could work on. What are some things that you could work on? And, what are some of these lessons that your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? Okay, so I keep getting something with the past. Like, oh, okay, yeah, with especially these three cards. So, Six of Water talks about memories from your past. The Wisdom card talks about, using your experiences, the knowledge of your experiences, looking at them, reevaluating them and saying what in these areas could I have improved myself in. What is something that I want to change with this next relationship? What is something I want to change about myself? Because everything starts with you first. Now, with the Bison, that card came up for you next. That also talks about recognizing the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. So what I'm getting from this is, with this particular deck with my number twos. You want to actually start taking some time out to just look back at all your past relationships and just start thinking to yourself, like, okay, when I was with this person, we broke up or we just didn't work out because of X, Y, and Z. What areas do I need to work on within myself that I need to change? Even if that person did you completely wrong and it wasn't your fault, you feel like, okay, what can I do not to attract or to allow this type of person back into my life, or if that person was completely good to you and you just completely blew it because you were working too much, worried about the materialistic part of money too much, not worried about that person's feelings, emotions too much. See what you can do to actually help yourself grow so that you can better be able to understand your partner, grow with your partner, and just build something on a firm foundation. I mean, those roots are strong in the wisdom card. When you have wisdom, you look at love from a different perspective. You look at it in a different sense. Okay? You don't get stuck up on the superficial things. Okay, excuse me. With these cards coming up, I'm seeing a sense that you're a busybody, my number twos. You're like a busybody. Some of you are moving around too much. You don't know when to sit down. You don't know when to stop working. You put work over everything. You overload yourself. And you have a lot of things to show for that. But it's kind of like you're getting greedy with it, okay? You're getting greedy with it. And some of you have multiple lovers. Some of you have multiple lovers, and that's not right. That's not fair to the other people that you're dating. That's for some of you. Some of you. Not a lot of you, but so you find yourself being left out in the cold when the person finds out. All right, so with the Panda card coming up, this lets me know that you need some balance. You need some quiet time. You need some time to meditate, sanctuary. Do some things that you love. Recenter yourself. Recenter your heart. Get into your heart space. Get into learning about the heart chakra and learning about how you can heal, work through it, and use it to pour compassion, love, and understanding onto others and a sense of unconditional love. This group, I feel like you really, really, really need to work on just balancing how you distribute your love and how you take in love from others, not blocking yourself from not receiving love. Because some people, I'm hearing for some of your groups, you have people who is willing to love you wholeheartedly, but you're closing the door on them because you're too busy doing this or that and this and that, and you're distracted. So you're not able to realize the love that they want to pour into you. Work on, with this group also, I want you to work on your self-esteem and your peace, your tranquility. I want you to go inside, and I want you to work on sanctuary and solitude. That's something that your angels are making very clear with these decks. They want you to go inside and get back to your happy space. Get back to that balance you. Look at that panda out there. She's just having a good time by herself, chewing on the leaves, getting back into the small things in life and enjoying life. I think when you go out and you get back to that place where you center and you balance yourself with meditation, or whether it's some type of practice that you like, you start being able to look at things and say, okay, I can organize things now. And also, you want to organize your life, especially when you have a family, so you can spend time with your kids, you can spend time with your partner, you can make time for them and not get so wrapped up in work that you forget about them, because that's what relationships is all about, is building and working through things with each other. Your last card here is the frog. Look at that frog, so colorful. It says adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. So for some of you, with this particular card here, it says that you have too much work going on. You need to be more receptive. You need to accept help from others so they can cut down on some of your work and make it where you have more time to love and experience love and actually allow people to do things for you that love you. It says your life is out of balance and it could lead to stress, health concerns. Some of you are dealing with anxiety. And it's because the simple fact that you won't really slow down and work on yourself. And if you're dealing with anxiety, go see a counselor, go seek mental health attention, because that is very important. I'm all for people working on their mental health. It's so many different routes you can take. You don't have to just take medication. So many different things that they have. I'm actually going to school for psychology right now. So, you know what? Just do what you got to do so that your life can be more balanced, because I see that you have a lot of things going in your life with this complexity card. You have a lot of layers to you. You have a lot of things going on. So it would be a good idea that you seek out some type of help with how to organize that and work on how you can get things more organized. You have a lot of things in front of you, but you want to be able to adapt and take things as they come in a healthy manner, not where you're overwhelmed or it's driving you crazy, okay? So overall, I feel like your angels want you to learn how to balance things out, how to come to a sense of happiness within yourself, work on your self-esteem, okay? So that you're able to know what you deserve, what you can work with, what you can't, and learning how to say no for some of you. Some of you, I just heard that, learning how to say no so that you won't be overwhelmed with things and you can have a nice, balanced life. Your angels want you to have love, but they don't want love to be like an obstacle for you, or something like that you just can't experience because of your other duties in life. They don't want you to get overwhelmed with those things, okay? So that was for my number twos. Those of you who chose this flower, if you like, I know that's kind of hard to hear, some things I put out on the table, but if you like what you heard today and you resonate with some of these things, don't forget to write that in the comments. Give me some suggestions on other videos, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. All right. See you guys next video. I hope that you have a great week. 777, and this is my number threes. Those of you who have picked number 3, these beautiful purple roses. We're going to get into your reading today on what are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences. Now, remember, this could be a past relationship, a present relationship, or a future relationship. These are just some general things that your angels feel like, I feel like if you landed on this video, they need you to understand that these are lessons that need to be learned. If this resonates with you at all, leave some comments in the comment section as far as feedback. Give me some suggestions on some new questions I can do, pick a cards on. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, okay? I appreciate all of you for allowing me to do this general reading. And we're going to get straight into your reading, my number threes. I'm feeling really good about this deck. All right, so I'm going to put your flowers over here so you can see them while I do your reading. And we're going to start off with the Angelic Tarot. All right, so I'm going to just say, like, what are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? For my number threes. Okay, so with my number threes, the first card we got for you was the 7 of Water. Okay, look how pretty those shiny lights are. So, some of you take your time a lot when it comes to love. Some of you are usually faced with decisions you have to make with love, between two people, or between, like, just trying to figure out what you're going to do with this situation. Well, your angels want you to know that love looks good for you in the overall sense. Everything looks good. Some of you just need to be patient with love, and some of you actually procrastinate a lot with love. So take that how it resonates, because I know that many, many different people watch this video. They want you to not worry a lot when it comes to your love relationships. They want you to get out of the sense of worrying, because with the Seven of Earth come here, the Seven of Earth, if you can see that, it's so many little, so many different little bubbles, little shiny bubbles on a tree with a butterfly. But they want you to know that, like, the relationships that you have had with other people in the past, for some of you, you may feel like they were like meaningless, but they had meaning to them, and you planted some positive seeds and experiences in other people's lives by going through things with them. Okay? Now, I'm not sure if some of you have been proposed to, or like someone asked you something. Let me see what's going on with this deck, because I'm seeing like some of you guys have a decision that you have to make, and that is going to determine, like, for some of you could be in like a current relationship, or someone is about to be asking you something. That card flip. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. All right. So with this group, the reason why you're procrastinating with an important decision that has to do with love, some of you, is because you have like a blocked heart chakra due to prior experiences or some things from your childhood that made it where you just don't trust people, or you don't open your heart all the way to people. Well, your angels want you to know that you need to open up your heart. You need to open up your heart, because this particular group, your love relationships, you're dealing with a person you can trust. And I know that with relationships, some people can actually self-sabotage good relationships based off of prior relationships, because you're still holding on to that baggage. You think that this new person is untrustworthy, or they just can't, you know, they can't mount up to what your expectations is. So you actually pour that into the relationship, and your partner is feeling that. Your partner is feeling that, and that's something that you do not need to do. You need to work on your heart chakra. I did not know that all three of these groups I will be talking about the heart chakra. That is so weird. But this is coming up for you guys too in number 3. With this card, the 8 of air coming up, a lot of you guys are lacking self-confidence in the love area, which is your own inflicted thoughts, because with this group, things are like your angels want things to go your way. Like they want you to have a loving relationship with someone, but your limited beliefs on love, or it could be like your childhood experiences, how you've seen your parents deal with love, or the people around you deal with love, are actually stopping you from receiving a love blessing, like someone to walk into your life, for those of you who are single, who can just like change your whole life, change the way you see love. You're actually blocking that because your heart space is kind of tied up with old things. But I'm seeing for this group in particular, you have to make a decision soon. You're going to be making a decision soon that has to do with love, and you want to weigh out you want to check things out and make sure they're what they say they is. They want you to be thorough with making sure things are what they say. Now, you don't need to be paranoid, but you need to be thorough with understanding all that comes with this situation, whatever decision is that you're going to be making with love. Because I'm seeing like a lot of decisions. Now, information is going to come up. Some information is going to be coming up that may slow down the process of where you thought you were going with love, or where you want a relationship to go. But that's because your angels want you to take some time for yourself and really weigh out your options. They want you to really weigh out your options and see what it is that you really want within love. Because with this particular deck, you actually have the ability to have it any way you want. It's all based on how you feel about it and what you believe in. especially when it comes to love. This particular group, the only thing is holding you back with having like a good love life is yourself. It's based off of your thoughts of what you think about love. They want you to have a better perspective and outlook on love and relationships, and they want you to work on your self-confidence. Big thing here. Because that's what's making you afraid to make important decisions. All right? So what are some things your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? Okay. They want you to not take these love experiences so serious. They want you to have some fun with these love experiences and don't be so like, how do I say this? Stuck in the past. Like, they don't want you being stuck in the past. They want you to let go, have fun, and experience life. If this new person or the person you're with now, or yourself, just with yourself, if you're wanting to take a trip somewhere you've never been, do that. If you wanted to go have fun and just like tap into that inner child, do that. Because your angels is telling me that you're living life too serious, especially when it comes to love. You're thinking too hard about it. Detachment is coming up here. So with detachment coming up here, it's showing me that with these decisions here, some of you guys may be holding on to something that's really not serving you anymore. It could be a person or a prior relationship that's just not serving you, still holding on to the idea of that or that person. Let it go. Let it go. The death card came up here. That's transformation. That's a sense of transformation. Like, you really need to be open to letting first of all, I want to say, let the old you go. The one who's been hurt, the one who's been traumatized, the one who's been lied to, deceived. Let that person, let that version of you go. And the way you do that is by working through healing techniques and exercises. Also, through counseling, therapy. I'm big on that type of stuff because I feel like it can help you. It really can. This group makes themselves feel overwhelmed of thoughts and decisions when it comes to love, but that's only because like you don't trust in your intuition as far as like what's for you and what's not. So I will also recommend with this self-confidence showing up here that this group needs to work on like really finding out what's for me. Who am I? So then you can figure out what decision or what will be best for you, whether it's a yes or a no with something with the love that you're trying to figure out, or is this person or that person for you, based off of who you are. Because that's what it all boils down to. You got to be comfortable with who you are, and then that'll tell you which person or what decision is best for you when it comes to love. So that's what your angels want you to know. They want you to know, like, the ball is in your hand. You got the same exact three cards as the other reading, and they needed to work on some similar things. Panda, you need to spend time with yourself. Get into that sanctuary, recenter yourself, rebalance yourself, and that's where you're going to find your decisions at, in that clear-minded space, in that soft space where you can talk to your your higher self or your angels. You can ask them, who am I? Or just look at yourself and start seeing, like, what is it that you like? What is it that makes you feel really, really good inside? Does that feeling come up when you're with this or that person? Especially if you're making a life-changing decision. Like, some of you, I'm hearing someone's trying to propose to you or want to spend the rest of their life with you, but you don't know because you're trying to figure out, like, is this going to be the right decision? Go within. This is the Bison. Recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the future. So some of you need to take the lessons you've learned from your past relationships in general and just start applying them to now. Like, use that wisdom to be like, Okay, if you've been through something before and you're going through the same thing right now with this new person, and you kind of already know how this is going to play out, you can save yourself. You can save emotional hurt, time, pain, and stuff like that. And also, if you see someone good, though, like if you see a good person that you missed out in the past on, and you're realizing, like, okay, I self sabotaged that last relationship. It's something I need to work on within myself. Start doing that. Start doing that, because that's something that's coming up here, is that you need to start looking back, reevaluating the past, and start realizing how good you got it right now and what you can improve right now. With the frog coming up, it lets me know that you're going to have to adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable. So I feel like a little fate is coming in here with this particular deck. Your angels want you to know that your love is tied into your fate. So the experiences you have are definitely lessons for you. And they want to see how you're going to adapt and survive to them. And also transform those relationships into something more positive. With this group, I want to do some more cards because I have some more time. So I'm going to move these up, and I'm going to see what are some more things they want you to. What are some more things they want you to? What do your angels want you to learn from your love experiences? Let's do some more of these oracles. For my number threes. All right, so we have accumulation here. So I feel like some of you are dealing with like a lot on your plate, a lot on your mind when it comes to love. You need to let some of that go. You need to understand that your partner is sent into your life. Some of you have a partner that's coming into your life to help you, but you got to be receptive to it. So you got to let some of that old baggage go to even receive it, okay? And you got to stop being so in opposition of people who do want to help you, people who do want the best for you. Also, you're building strength from your relationships. Your spirit, your angels want you to know that you're actually building strength from the relationships that you've been in, and you're actually one of the wiser souls when it comes to love and evolution. Um, don't let your pride get the best of you. Don't let your pride take you over and get the best of you. Yeah, it's okay to feel good about things, but don't let your pride stop you from working out something with a partner that you know could work with you or work for you in general, because like you're stuck on your crazy negative thoughts. And I don't mean any type of, I don't mean that in an offensive way, but sometimes we can let our thoughts about things we've previously went through take the best of our mind over, and it'll start playing out in our new relationships that haven't even, like, this person hasn't even done any wrong to you or anything to you yet. All right, so, and if you kind of ended something that was good for you, don't be so prideful that you can't pick up the phone and call that person. Okay, some of you are very complex and you need to open up to your partners. Let them know a little bit about you. Like, show them who you truly are. Once you recenter yourself, once you get to know yourself more, you'll be able to show this person sides of you that they may have not even realized, because you kind of hide that part of you away. So your angels want you to be yourself more. They want you to be able to be flexible and love more adaptable and love more, but also, and most importantly, have confidence in yourself. Okay, because this particular group, my number threes, you actually have a good outlook on love, but it's kind of playing out based off how you already think, your internal feelings, your internal thoughts on what you believe love is. Okay, so that's kind of what's controlling your love experiences and how you see them through your eye. All right. So that was just a general reading for my number threes. If you like what you heard today and you like a more in-depth reading, you can get that reading done by emailing me at powerful777expansions@gmail.com. You can also like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell if you would love to hear more readings when they drop, okay? And I know some of this stuff may have been hard to hear today, but it's the truth, so I just like to give it. And I appreciate you for choosing me to do that. Have a great week. Bye-bye.